Hi everybody, it's Isabella here with Healthy Living Chiropractic. Today I am going to do the video and I'm going to talk about why it feels so good when we're outside. Why do we have so much energy when we're outside? Why do we feel alive and able to conquer the world because we spent some time in the sun today or swam in the ocean or whatever the case may be? It's really common to feel super good and very connected to your body and yourself after you've spent some time in nature. So I'm going to talk about a few of the reasons why we feel so much healthier after being outside, or when we have spent a weekend away camping, or you just feel renewed, So I'm going to talk about a few things like the sun and vitamin D and our sleep schedule and grounding and all of these fun things that we can do to help us function optimally and be really connected with our bodies. So first thing is the sun. The sun is very important for all life on Earth. And for us, it has a ton of purposes. One of the very big main ones that we struggle with, especially if you live higher up from the equator, is vitamin D deficiency. Clearly, we're not all super deficient because we're not walking around with rickets. However, there's enough to just deplete our energy levels a little bit and make us feel a little bit off. So vitamin D is synthesized through our skin, whereas other vitamins we get from food, vitamin D we get from the sun because it turns it into its active form, which is able to work better in our bodies by helping minerals get into our bones, like our phosphorus and our calcium. If we're not getting phosphorus and calcium into our bones are going to soften and lead to certain bone conditions like an osteoporosis or an osteomalacia. There's a couple different things that our bones can go through if it's not getting enough vitamin D, so vitamin D is really important for that. Vitamin D has also been known to help with our immune system and our neuromuscular system and helping the tissues of our muscles and our tendons and our ligaments function very well. So getting enough vitamin D is really important. It's been shown that only 30 minutes to an hour outside in the summer sun can help us get anywhere from 10,000 to 50,000 vitamin D IUs a day, which is plenty of what we need. So really making it a point to get out in the summer sun to get that vitamin D level up is going to help you feel much more energized and much stronger throughout the days. So next thing I want to talk about is sleep. Everybody struggles with sleep at some point, whether it's you can't really fall asleep or you have trouble staying asleep. And while that can come from a multitude of things, something that's very common nowadays, especially with the amount of artificial light we're consuming throughout the day, whether it's an overhead light or our phone screens or computers all day, circadian rhythm can get very thrown off. Our circadian rhythm is essentially our inner 24-hour clock that we live on. Our humans, we live on our 24-hour clock where it's daytime when we go to work and we do all the things, and nighttime when we rest or sleep. And so sunlight is actually a big indicator of when our bodies feel awake or when they feel tired. Waking up in the morning and feeling tired can be a result of you wake up and the first thing you do, check your phone or you walk into the bathroom and you throw on the overhead lights and everything is just like you're hit and you can't wake up and you feel so fatigued for the whole morning. And something that's very simple and honestly seems a little too simple to even work is to wake up and go look at the horizon. Waking up and looking at the horizon, it'll be the proper amount of illumination in the world to make it through your retinas. Our retinas communicate with a spot called the suprachiastic nuclei in the hypothalamus of our brain. And when that area of our brain gets signaled, that will suppress melatonin secretion. Melatonin is a hormone that helps us feel sleepy. So if you have too much melatonin running through your system throughout the day, you're gonna feel really tired. If you suppress that first thing in the morning, it'll stop and you're gonna start to feel more awake. Your inner body is gonna know, okay, there is light coming through my retinas. I need to be ready to conquer this day. So waking up and looking at the horizon can really help you feel super awake. Similarly, right before you go to bed, looking at the dusk when it's just kind of pretty, everybody loves to watch a sunset, just go do it. But that is the proper amount of illumination where your body also knows, okay, it's getting darker. I'm going to start winding down. I'm going to start switching from my sympathetic nervous system to my parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and the digest. I need to sleep soon. So helping your body by exposing yourself to the appropriate amounts of sunlight at the right time of the day can help you sleep so much more soundly, because your body knows that's what it's supposed to be doing right now. Another thing that can help you with this is eliminating the amount of artificial light throughout your day. Of course, we all know we have a lot of screen time going on. Eliminating that amount of screen time at evening, honestly, just a few hours before bed. Try to stop watching all of your screens and dim the overhead lights if possible. Use lamps. Salt lamps are phenomenal for this type of thing, because that pink salt kind of mimics the dusk light, and that can help you feel a little bit more calm, a little bit readier to sleep. Your brain will shut off. So those are a few tips and tricks that you can use to use the sun to your advantage throughout the day. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is grounding. I know grounding is kind of an interesting term. Some people are like, oh, it's a little simple. I don't know if that's actually going to work. But grounding has been used for thousands of years. So ancient cultures, when people would get sick or wounded or injured, used to bury people in the ground, and that is how they would heal them. Sounds crazy, but the results were really remarkable. People would feel better after 3 to 4 days in the ground. I don't know if you want to spend 33 days buried in the ground, but you could if you have time for that. However, we can do things a little bit less extreme than burying ourselves, and it's just walking barefoot outside. So just like the sun is a frequency with us, the ground and the earth below us, it also has its own electron frequency. And when we stand on the ground, we are a conductor. We're like metal and heat with the earth. So we stand on the ground with our feet, and those electrons are able to flow up and down through our bodies and kind of neutralize anything that's a little bit more charged in our bodies. And this is a theory called, wrong side of my paper. This is a theory called biophilia hypothesis. Bio meaning love of life. Biophilia. Philia means love. Bio means life. So loving life. Humans have evolved in nature, and we have this inherent draw or affinity to it. So using the earth, we can actually have a lot of health benefits. And more studies have come out showing things like decreased inflammation, better immune functioning, and changes in our cortisol levels or our stress hormone. So it's a stress decreaser. It's your inflammation goes down, your pain goes away. Nature is known to be the OG painkiller. So it's all from that electron flow. It can help clear free radicals, which harm our cells. They're oxidized in our body, and they create harm to our cells, which create harm to all of our different functions. So using the ground as an anti-inflammatory, anti-pain medication is a really simple, free, easy way to help you feel better throughout the days. You can just go walk outside in the grass, walk outside on a beach, in the sand, in the soil. Gardening is a wonderful way, just because you're walking on the earth with your feet and you're touching plants with your hands. You feel so much more calm, and a lot of studies have shown that these, although subjective, not objective, but subjective feelings from people, it's worth a shot. If you feel very stressed throughout the day and you've spent all day indoors, go outside, get some sun, and touch the earth, and you can start to feel more calm, less stressed, sleep better. Your body will feel less inflamed. And there are tons of studies to go read about this right now. I've been on a rabbit hole. So a couple other ways that you can get outside with your family that I found would be really fun is a family bike ride. My family and I used to do family bike rides, and that's just a really fun way you can chat and laugh and be outside, getting some sun, getting some exercise. Going for walks would be really good with your family. Gardening, like I said, going on a picnic. You can set a blanket up, kind of sit back with your hands in the grass, nourish your bodies with some really good food, feeling the sun on your skin. That's a really good way. Stretching or doing yoga outside is also a really good way. Moving your body, getting that blood flowing while your vitamin D is synthesizing. It's going to be fun. And then a couple other things, if you don't have time to just bike and walk and do yoga all day, you can do your homework outside, or you can take your computer outside and sit in a spot and do some work. Although you're not moving, you're still activating your brain. You can read your book outside, you can journal, you can meditate, you can listen to music or listen to a podcast. One of my dad's favorites, you can go fishing. That way you're in the water. You can go, or you're not in the water, but you're by the water and you're hearing birds, and you can go swimming, and you just feel so much less freaked out. You're calming from your day, and everything just feels very, very calm and beautiful. So get outside. The science says you should. Your body thinks you should too. Listen to it and enjoy your summers and the rest of your falls. So I hope some of those tips help you out. I hope you spend some beautiful time outside with your families and enjoy the rest of your summers and your fall. So nice to see everyone. I hope you have a great Thursday.